Hi, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about preparing a monologue for an audition. There are many opportunities for regional theater companies, local theater companies, who knows, that you're going to need to perform a monologue. The first thing that you want to do is you want to find a monologue that is appropriate for you, that's appropriate for your age range and gender. So guys perform guy monologues, girls perform girl monologues. Um, Next thing you're going to want to do is make sure that it's the right length. So often people do monologues that are way too long. Directors can see what they need to see very, very quickly. And then you need to start rehearsing, rehearsing, rehearsing. And what also goes along with that is doing the research. You should read the play that the monologue comes from. Very important, so you know what's happening in the piece. Be sure you practice your introduction so that you look relaxed and comfortable. You shouldn't look like a robot, but you should be in a neutral position, smiling, warm, okay? But it needs to be rehearsed. You need to be comfortable with it. Not stiff, just relaxed. Once again, reminder, this is your business card. This is your first opportunity to sell yourself. It's important when you enter the room to find what are called your focus points. When you're doing a monologue, you want to do your introduction to the person you're auditioning for. But when you're doing your monologue and you're pretending like you're speaking to someone else, they're obviously not on the stage with you. You don't want to put them, perpendicular to the person that you're speaking to. You don't want to have to show your profile and talk to somebody and do a monologue this way. You want to find focus points. You want to find points that you can always come back to and imagine that they're there. So imagine I'm doing this speech right like this. You're still able to see my face. I'm not staring right at you, but I'm talking right here. Keep it pretty close to where that person is you're auditioning, maybe about 15, 20 degrees on either side. Give yourself good light. Make sure you're in the light when you perform. Take your time. Once again, a reminder, this is your time. This is your time to succeed and be terrific. So take your time, trust it, relax. You know what? And once again, the key to remember is the director or the producer, whoever you're auditioning for, they want you to succeed. They want you to do well. So keep that in mind. Take a breath, relax, smile, say your name, okay? Take a moment. All right. Say your name, the title of the piece, and who wrote the piece. That's all you need to say. You don't need to describe or explain what's happening in the piece. In fact, it's best that you don't do that. Once again, take your time. Take your time. Allow yourself some time before you start the piece to relax. Let it settle in. Imagine in your mind like a curtain is opening and you're waiting for it to open all the way. Perform your first piece. When you're complete with that first piece, take a moment. Just take a moment of stillness. And if you're only doing one piece, take that moment of stillness, count to maybe 3. Let it sink in. Imagine that curtain is closing. Turn to the person you just auditioned for and say, thank you, with a nice smile on your face, but genuine, but warm. If you're doing a second piece, you want to still take that moment, do a quick transition, do the second piece. The same thing, take time before and take time afterwards. Let it sink in and say, thank you. Maybe take a moment just to see if maybe they have a question or something. If they don't, you leave. And then you go have a coffee and celebrate the fact that you just did an audition. There's not much more you can do about it. You can't worry about what the director's thinking. Just congratulate yourself on having a successful audition.